What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of the CubCast, our now daily news section where we're looking at different stories about international music and different events going down. We obviously focus primarily on Afrobeats, Amapiano, dancehall, reggae, and the kind of surrounding areas. But today, I'm very excited to get into an article that I've seen popping up on my timeline over the past couple of hours since I've been up. And we're going to be looking at something very exciting indeed, and it is the names in regards to collaborations that have been revealed for FIREBOY DML's brand new Playboy album. Of course, this is CubCast Daily, so do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff for more daily updates and news surrounding the genres I mentioned before, obviously Afrobeats, Amapiano, dancehall, and all of that good stuff. Now, there is an article that is up on MP3 Bullet. Now, I don't know how reliable MP3 Bullet is as a platform, but I saw this news kind of get announced through different platforms tweeting about it, and this is the first kind of article that I found that contains all the information as to how it's happened, why it's happened, and the information that has basically been put forward. So let's have a little look at this as we see here. FIREBOY DML reveals the artist to be revealed on his album. FIREBOY DML unveils the artist who will appear on the forthcoming album. He announces Chris Brown and others to appear on the album as well. So there we go. That's a big name to immediately have on there. The Nigerian artist FIREBOY DML has shared the artist who will be appearing on his forthcoming album Playboy. The fans of FIREBOY hosted the singer on a Twitter space where they asked questions about how the project will be and his career so far. So again, this is interesting. This is something I'm noticing happening a lot more, especially within Afrobeats as a sound. A lot of Twitter spaces are becoming very, very relevant, whether it be someone like Palmine Papi, who is amazing at what he does. He tends to host a lot of those Twitter spaces. I know he does a lot of the sort of top 10 tracks in Nigeria charts and just general conversations as well. Alongside this, I see a lot of artists getting involved in them. I see a lot of fan discussion going on. It's not something that I have necessarily brought in too much of. Like, I don't tend to do the Twitter space stuff. I tend to primarily focus on the YouTube stuff, but it is a really cool platform and it's a really good way of engaging people. As we can see, we've actually managed to gain some collaborative information about this, so there we go. Looking at this, we see FIREBOY DML tweeted out saying, want to know how you guys are doing, so I'll be asking questions to see you tonight. And this was hosted by Karzola Harby, by the looks of things. That was the person who hosted the space. Really interesting stuff from Fire Citizens. Fans wanted to know who would be featuring on the album, and the YBNL singer indulged them by answering them. According to him, American singer Chris Brown will be featuring on the project alongside Nigerian singer Asha and dancehall artist SHENSEEA. Wow. These are some huge collaborations that we are going to be seeing on this project. Again, we know how active Chris Brown has been in kind of working in and around the Afrobeat sound. We've seen him obviously collaborating with Wizkid and Davido, two artists that featured on his album quite heavily with two of the stronger tracks on that album. Of course, we also see Chris Brown feature on the new Mona Lisa remix, which again has been dominating the US Afrobeats Billboard charts. Well, everything was dominating until the new Love Domini album arrived. But again, Chris Brown is definitely not someone that is new to this. He's someone that has been pushing the sound for a long period of time, obviously appearing at Wireless, obviously appearing at Afro Nation as well. He is someone that is very much trying to indulge himself and in kind of engage himself with Afrobeats as a sound and as a kind of culture as well, which is really exciting to see. But that's a collaboration that I would really like to see. I'll be interested to see what direction it goes. Obviously, Chris Brown primarily known for the sort of R&B sort of side of things, but has been known to switch into the sort of livelier, more electronic side of Afrobeats in his sound as well. Obviously, this will be on Playboy's album, so I'll be interested to see FIREBOY DML's album, sorry, not Playboy's album. Playboy's the name of the album, but it'll be interesting to see how this one is actually put together sonically. Asha being on there is a really interesting one. Obviously, we had the great opportunity to interview Asha ahead of her show in London and following on from the launch of the album 5 earlier on this year. Definitely someone that I'm very keen to see more of appearing in these sort of collaborative senses. Obviously, she had Wizkid appear on her album, but alongside this as well, I'm really excited. I'm really excited just to see how this one will come together. We know that FIREBOY DML has an amazing sort of overall kind of feel when it comes to the sort of just general sonics of his creations. Like, everything he puts together tends to have quite like a kind of fluffy, well put together feel. And we know with Asha, her soundscaping is on a different level as well. So this is a link up that makes a lot of sense, and I'll be really interested to see how those harmonies come together. Now, the one I am most excited for is an artist that we have covered on the channel numerous times, one of my favourite in dancehall, despite the fact she's making a bit of a transition into a bit more of an Americanized sound. I don't think that's really deniable, having listened through her album project. SHENSEEA will also be featuring on Playboy. Wow. This is a collaboration that I've wanted to see for a long period of time. I think SHENSEEA is undoubtedly one of the strongest female artists in the world in regards to her kind of vocal range, her sort of performance factor, and just the kind of panache that she brings to every recording. This is going to be such an interesting one to dive into because obviously FIREBOY DML makes bangers, but they never tend to be raucous. They tend to be quite, again, melodic. They tend to be quite focused on either sort of lovers or just that sort of scenario. There tends to be a kind of softened sense of melody running throughout a FIREBOY DML tune. However, SHENSEEA goes completely the other way sometimes and is just all about madness, you know. She's all about just creating a hype in a building. Her live shows, if you ever get to see a video of them, are incredible. She creates such an explosive live atmosphere. So this is going to be a really interesting link up, seeing these two come together. Not necessarily one I'd expect to see on at this album, but again, if this is the caliber we are looking at, we know Ed Sheeran's featuring on there, we know Ashake's featuring on there, we know Chris Brown, Asha and SHENSEEA are now featuring on there. This is going to be a huge international link-up of a project. Obviously, SHENSEEA coming from Jamaica, Chris Brown coming from America, Ed Sheeran coming from the UK, and obviously Ashake coming from Nigeria alongside Asha. So we've got, again, this big international feel covering a few different areas of the globe, following on from, obviously, the very sort of global sense that we saw within Love the Meanie. I think that's something that I think a lot of Afrobeats artists that are looking to kind of conquer, especially the American market. FIREBOY DML is definitely someone on that kind of path. He did perform at the BET Awards, I think it was. Again, for the first time, I know he's appeared on he's appeared on a couple of the American chat shows as well, just kind of performing Peru, which is, again, a huge tune. So, again, you can tell he's in that sort of mindset now where he's wanting to conquer that American market, following on, obviously, from FIREBOY and WizKid and Davido and CK and all these artists that are already very much on that track, and Thames as well, of course. So this will be an interesting one to come together. Just finish off reading through the article then. The singer also stated it has a good relationship with American singer John Bellion, and the fans should be expecting a collaboration between them soon. Really interesting stuff. That'll be another cool one, man. Again, FIREBOY is doing things right. He's getting these connections going. He's building up the anticipation for this project. And I, for one, am so excited to see the names, all of these ones being mentioned. And John Bellion in there as well. That would be absolutely crazy. Again, this one's rumoured. It's not necessarily confirmed, so we won't dive into that one too much. FIREBOY is set to release Playboy on the 5th of August 2022 and has also released the album cover, but is yet to release the full track list. The award-winning singer and songwriter came into the limelight in 2019 after releasing his debut album Laughter, Tears and Goosebumps. He then followed it up with Apollo in 2020. Apollo went on to win him the award for Album of the Year at the 2020 Headies. Fans and music lovers are eager to experience Playboy and are extremely excited by this new development. I most certainly am, and I'm a fan of FIREBOY DML, so I fall into that bracket. Very exciting stuff indeed. We're going to be seeing FIREBOY DML linking up with some of the world's biggest and this could, again, be a huge breakout album. So, again, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Get into the comment section down below and let me know if you are happy with these collaborations. Are there any other collaborations you'd like to see on the album project? I've got a funny feeling there may be one or two more that have been kind of hidden away. Are these going to stand up to the previous international collaborations we've seen from FIREBOY DML? We know he's worked, obviously, with the likes of Ed Sheeran. We know he's worked with the likes of Western. Like, these international collaborations aren't new to him, but this is kind of like a new caliber that he's now working towards. So I'm keen to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, friends, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff, getting involved in the channel in as many ways as you can, and we shall see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your morning, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCast TV. Stay locked.